Right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another action-packed episode of British Wrestling Radio with yours truly, Deano here, and I'm joined in my home by a very special guest, Michael Webb, all the way from the Takeover Wrestling broadcast.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, there he is. There he goes. Now, and also, we are going to get live from the wonders of Skype a gentleman by the name of Matthew Moore, who does the Outside the Ropes wrestling show all the way from across the borders and the waters in lovely Ireland, or Northern Ireland. It's one of the two, I think. And when he decides to pick up his Skype headset, and then we'll be fine and going dandy. But it's been an interesting week in wrestling. I've got a lot of things I've got to say about what happened over the last few days. But we can do that. Not enough credit. What the bloody hell? But we had this.
Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Matthew. How are you, sir?
I'm not too bad, buddy. How are you?
Thank you very much for being a special co-host for tonight's show.
Not a problem at all. Anytime.
So how you been? All right?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Actually, I'm sitting here with my other co-host from Outside the Ropes. We just finished taping our pre-show tonight, so we're doing pretty good, actually. So thanks for asking. Yeah. We're doing pretty good.
Oh, by the way, thank you for the picture of TNA 5 minutes before bell time.
Oh, wasn't it horrible?
I have I've been today to Southside, and I have shown it to. There's a few people that had got it, like Steve Evans of Future Pro Wrestling, and Rob Moultman, and a few of the guys and a few of the wrestlers, and I even shown it to the Hurricane. And
okay.
I said, "What do you think?" And he looked at it and he went, 6 months. 6 months.
6 months?
I went, that long? And he says, if that's the state of play for them, they cannot survive. He says, no matter how you can do it, you cannot survive like that.
No.
And I give it to, I'm going to stay on record now, and I'm going to get slated if this doesn't happen, but I don't care. I give it Bound for Glory. I'll give it to Bound for Glory, and then that's it. It's shut the doors.
Yeah.
They've got no TV deal. There's no TV deal after October with Spike. It's not been re-signed. Nothing's happening. TNA don't get the deal. That's it. TNA's done.
You see, regarding the television deal, I mean, I heard, obviously read all these different things online. They're saying that they had some independent company coming in, and they were putting the company around different television networks to see who would sign them. Who are these people? I mean, I've never heard of them. I don't know why you've heard of them, but we talked about that before. I mean, who are these people who they're bringing in? Because it's clearly not working. And they've lost all their talent and their talent. I mean, I don't know why you saw the photo that we sent out a few weeks ago of the Impact Zone. Jesus, man, it was unreal. The place was empty. I mean, literally empty. There was hardly anybody there. And then again, all the live events, they're getting nobody here. Now, in saying that, when they come to the UK, they do get a good turnout. You've seen it yourself in the last tour. I mean, they come over here as well, to Ireland. It's a pretty good turnout, but back at home in the States, it just seems to be getting worse. And pay-per-views are embarrassing. With attendances are going down, and they're losing top-tier talent every single week. You hear a different other guy wanting to leave. 6 months, I would agree with that. I wouldn't even see 6 months, maybe, if that, if it continues. That's my opinion. But it's sad. It really is sad to see.
It's what I want to make clear now is I don't want TNA to fail. I want TNA to be back.
Yep.
And I think somebody said it today, and I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, it was Steve Evans of Future Pro Wrestling. He said, the moment TNA got rid of the six-sided ring, it's always been on a downward spiral ever since.
Yeah, well, yeah, and also the day they brought Hogan in. And you knew right away from the day Hogan came through the door. I remember sitting watching it and looking at my bro and said, you know something? This is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, definitely.
And he went, what do you mean by that? I mean, this is basically like WCW all over again. And he went, okay. So, and from then it just went downhill. So that's the way I see it. And it's kind of sad, really, because back in the day when it was getting really good and it had the six sides and people, it was different. It was actually a different looking way of looking at wrestling, because you had the six sides, you had great talent, great matches, all this young talent, and then all of a sudden Hogan came in with Bischoff, and you had guys appearing on shows like Flip Me, the Nasty Boys, all these other guys coming back, and it was just like, Jesus Christ, man, what is going on here? And look where it is now. It's sitting where it is now.
Michael, what do you think?
So, but I mean, I don't know why everybody. I mean, we get people asking us all the time. Do you think that when Hogan's best kept on a leash, like recent WWE, he's okay, but when he's given creative control in a company, it sort of just goes through the floor. But as you can see in it yourself, that photograph just tells the story.
Yeah,
So it does.
there's a few people saying about it's still got a bad echo or something. We've got we've just got this. Someone saying about the credibility of the photograph, saying, "Is it really 5 minutes?" Well, yeah, it's there. The proof's in the pudding. There you go. And there's a lot of people. Oh yeah, well TNA. It was a shocker to a lot of people at Southside today when they showed it.
Yeah, I'm sure there were. It's hard to take. I mean, as you say, you want TNA to succeed. I do as well because it's somewhere else for talent to go. If you know what I mean. From the days whenever when WCW was taken away, there's no other place for other guys to go to. There was one big main place to go. TNA, I consider it was like number two, then maybe Ring of Honor. But now it's getting to the stage where even local independent shows are getting bigger crowds than TNA. And I've had this opinion for a long time. It's going to get to the point where if they lose their TV deal, it's just going to be classed as an independent company if it sticks around. But I don't see it happening.
No. What's you say, Michael?
I think now it's got to a point where no matter what they're gonna do, like, I think people have trashed it so much, and no matter what they are actually gonna say about it and do about it, and who they bring in, I think it's just damned. No matter what.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
I think no one's gonna give it a chance.
No, I think the fans. I think the wrestling fans have just said we've had enough of Take giving it so many chances now, and I think that's it. So that's the end of the story. I hope not, because I don't want to see it fail. I want to see it thrive and be a competitor again, but I just can't see it happening. And people blame Dixie Carter. They blame this, and it's going to keep going on and on and on and on, and it's not going to stop.
No, I agree with you guys. It's sad. It really is a sad day. I mean, who would you really blame for its downfall? I mean, who would you really want to point your finger at?
I think it's bad decisions by loads of different people. I think one of the decisions that they need to really address was getting rid of Dutch Mantell as the booker, Zeb Coulter in WWE.
Yeah.
Because when he was the booker at TNA, they did it from start to finish, and he was superb. And he did a shoot interview a few months ago, and he did his thing, and it's on Daily Motion actually. And where he booked the January 4th Impact, and he said, if I'd have been there, this is what happened. And he wrote 6 months of TV in 10 minutes, and he said, right, we'll get Desmond Wolfe with Samoa Joe, Abyss with this, Dudley Boys with this, blah, 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 blah. And he went through the whole January 4 Impact, and he wrote TV for the next 6 months, and he said, yep, there you go. That's TNA for 6 months. And I couldn't believe he did that in 10 minutes. And he said, yeah, that's the amount of talent I got. And he says, that's disposable. That's what I should do with it. It was frightening.
Do you remember that Raw that him and Paul Heyman wrote?
Yeah.
And that was the best Raw I've seen in years.
Yeah, when Heyman and Zeb Coulter did it, yeah, that was a cracking Raw, because everyone was like, you can tell who wrote this. You can tell who wrote this. But it's the difference. I think there's not wrestling people behind TNA. If you've got proper wrestling people like Cornette or Heyman or Dutch Mantell or somebody that knows exactly what they're doing, it thrives. When you've got people that don't know what they're doing and they're just saying, oh yeah, well, I can bring this to the table, I can do this, and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And I think they're making some wrong decisions because they've got not wrestling people in there. To be honest, but that's my opinion. What do I count? People are voting with their feet.
that kind of the same with WWE? Because they've got like Freddie Prinze Jr. and stuff right in their storylines.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. Um, it just seems like there's too much showbiz now. If they get back to the wrestling, they'll be fine. But what can we say? Nice starting point for the thing. A lot of people did comments on it. Did you get many comments on your picture when you put it on, Matthew?
Sorry. Yeah, we got quite a few, and we got a few emails about it today. And some guy actually commented on our Facebook wall saying he actually attended that show, and he said he was there a year previous for the same live event, and he said the place was sold out, and what a difference a year makes, pretty much. And he said it was quite disappointing. But he said the show itself was quite good. But the thing about it was, though, he also said that they didn't even have their world champion on the show, which is making me think to myself, why? Especially if they're low attendances, they have to have their champion on the show. I just, it's we've got a bit of a mixed reaction. People have obviously been saying, it should have been closed 6 months ago, and different people are pointing the finger at each, like Dixie Carter and different things like that. But it's a bit of a mixed reaction, to be honest with you, Dino. It's
Do you
hard to
think?
take. It's hard to look at, to be honest with you, as a fan. But
Do you think when Sting left, they lost their biggest backbone they had left?
probably, yeah, maybe. I think that was basically the start of it when the lost Sting and they started losing other guys like Daniels and AJ and basically the core of the company was gone. You just knew right away that was it. It was starting to go. And people were saying, "Oh, but these other guys aren't going to make it anywhere." Look at AJ Styles now. Look where he is now. He's still going strong. And when you start losing your main core guys of the company, the water starts getting in the ship, as I always say, and the ship starts to sink. But yeah, I do agree. When Sting went, I think that was the backbone gone.
In fairness, I think everyone wants to blame Dick, but in fairness, after Hogan and Bischoff and all the rest of them left, she's been left with this company that was pretty much gonna burn after they left. I don't think it's all her fault, and people shouldn't really be blaming just her. I mean, she's got a lot of TV time recently. People use MVP and but she was left with this bare bones of the company. She shouldn't really get the full blame that everyone's given her now.
So, and but otherwise, it's been interesting week. I've got to address what happened this week with me. Friday night, we were supposed to do a show with Matthew, and about 8 o'clock, I was all set to go. But over the last 7 days, and tonight's show is dedicated to one person, and that is my pal Richard Ash. Richard was 40 years old, and he passed away on last Saturday from liver cancer. And he was one of my best friends, and he was the main guy that persuaded me to start British Wrestling Radio. He was the guy that said, "You've got it. You've got the knowledge. You've got the confidence. Just do it." And he was always this person that give me a pock up and give me a kick up the arse when I needed him. So he passed away last week, and it affected me in ways that I didn't think it was possible. Friday night was just one of them days where it just hit me for six, and I just couldn't face it at all. I couldn't stop crying. It was all over the place. So I apologise to everybody that said that was looking forward to the Friday night show as usual. But to be honest, Joe, I didn't want to come on air and just cry my eyes out for 2 hours. I just didn't want to do that, and that wouldn't have been fair to everyone. Wouldn't have been fair to me, fair to Matthew, to anybody that was on the show. So, and besides, you get Michael, who we literally have just walked through the door back from Southside Wrestling tonight, where I went toe to toe with the superhero.
I'm sure that was fun.
Oh yes, he went toe to toe with Chris Hero, and I went toe to toe with. Oh, there's bad feedback here. Can you just tell that? I'm just going to sort it out. guys just talk away for a minute. Sort it out. Sort it out.
You want to talk about Southside?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so Southside was really good. Dean got a funny meet hurricane. As Nick can say, he marked out. Yeah, Dean got to go out. Got his picture taken with Hurricane in the ring. He still got the echo.
Hello, still there, guys? Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Oh, you're still there. I thought you were gone.
No. We're just trying to sort this echo out.
Oh, okay. Is he away? Is he?
Yeah.
So I take it he had a mark out moment tonight then with the hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're a wrestling fan. Everyone's going to play Marco.
Of course, absolutely. I was kind of like that when I met the Hurricane a few years back.
Mm.
I met him at WrestleMania 23, and nice guy, very very nice guy. So pleasant. Had time for the fans, but he was doing the Gregory Helms gimmick at the time, not the Hurricane. I think he was he the cruiserweight champ at the time? I think he might have been. Yeah. But in fact, he was. I remember it well. Yeah, nice guy, very very nice guy. Who was he? Who was he facing tonight again?
Martin Kirby.
Oh, okay.
So it was Ego versus the Hero.
Who else was on the card tonight at Southside?
You had Chris Hero versus Master, which was a hell of a match. Tommy End versus Mark Haskins for the Southside Heavyweight title. What else was there? The Money in the Bank Scramble, which had some hilarious spots with T-Bone and Shay Daniels trying to outdo each other. And Shay Samuels ended up nicking my drink. He asked for water, and I had a can of Rio. I was like, I have a can of Rio. And he was like, yeah, I'll take that. And then he poured it all over himself. I'm like, he's going to be so sticky now, man.
I'm sure.
I mean, there's one thing pouring water over yourself, but pouring a can of fucking...
No, I gotta work. Oh dear. I think I saw some photos actually online earlier on. The show's just literally finished a few hours ago, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it finished about 8:30, so yeah, about...
I think I might have saw actually on pics on Facebook. I saw ones of Hurricane photos taken with who was it? Al Snow as well. Seen that there. I don't know who that was with now. A wee care when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it tonight. It was a very, very decent night. I enjoy all we're going to see live wrestling anyway.
Of course.
I always love it a bit. It gives you that atmosphere. So it was different. I loved it. I mean, everybody knew I was looking forward to meeting the Hurricane. I'd been going on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And to get my signed picture and then to get my photograph was just brilliant. And I put a message on the page and I went, Martin Kirby versus Hurricane is Mr. Ego. He's going to go toe to toe with a superhero. So, and I've been saying it all day and drove everybody up the wall. I'm just going to stop the Skype because I've got a real bad echo. So I'm just going to stop the Skype and then redial it again.
All right,
mate. I'm sorry about this.
Not a problem.
Right. It's his end. It's Matthew's end. Because it's not us. There we go. Because there's no echo. Right. Yeah. There you go. See? It's not us. It's Matthew's end. There we go. Right. We'll get Matthew back and tell him to stop messing around with his speakers because we've got a bad echo at his end. No, it's just we don't want Matthew back because we do. But there we go. Right, see if we can get that call back. Yeah, somebody's end. Knew it was someone. Well, no, it wasn't me. Knew it wasn't me. Fair enough, fine. But it won't be BWR. Yeah, yeah. It's. Oh, there we go. We're all right now. Yay! There we go. All good now.
Happy days.
Yeah. I think it was something at your end because as soon as you disconnected, the echo disappeared. So it was all right now.
Okay.
Bloody Skype for you.
Oh, I know. The joys. So, a question for you guys. I take it you'll be tuned into the pay-per-view tonight, yeah?
Oh yeah. We're gonna be talking about that definitely.
What do you reckon of this? What I talked about this earlier tonight, and a couple of fans today. That this return match from the last pay-per-view, the two guys, the small guys, the midgets, should we say, the El Torito and Hornswoggle.
Hair versus mask.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think it's just silly booking or entertaining? Your thoughts? Because I thought their last match was quite hilarious. The what was it called? The WLC. They had. I thought that was quite entertaining. But they've booked it again tonight. What do you think? It's a waste of time, or what do you think?
If I was a wrestler for the WWE, I'd be pissed off the fact that they're giving these guys airtime when they should be giving other people.
True.
But at the same time, it's just WWE, innit? They're just trying to find some things that's different from the usual thing to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
So to be fair, El Torito has when he was in Mexico and wrestling other small people, and he's got wrestling ability. He's pretty good wrestler to be fair. Maybe not so much Hornswoggle. Maybe if they had a better opponent for him, but El Torito himself is a decent wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Well, personally, I think El Torito's a great wee wrestler, but Hornswoggle not so much. I don't know why you saw him ever pre WWE. He wasn't overly great. But again, Dino, I agree with you. That it's WWE. You know, they're basically trying to do everything for everybody. But again, I would agree with you that if I was a main roster guy and I wasn't getting booked in those guys were, I'd be pretty pissed. You know, there's guys who are not even on the card tonight who should be on the card, but they're not. You know, it's strange. But overall, I think tonight's going to be good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because it's in a great city. So it's going to be a good show, and the crowd's going to be hot as always in Chi-Town. So
yeah, problem they've got is I think it's tonight as well. As the WWE have got payback, Chicago Blackhawks are taking on LA Kings at the same time in Game 7 of the playoffs, and one person will definitely be there. One Mr. Philip Brooks.
Oh yes.
What do you mean he was at Southside?
Oh no, he was at Southside today. Yeah, he was at Southside Wrestling. If you didn't know, because literally the joke has been me. I played this joke on a friend of ours who'd been saying for months that CM Punk's going to be back on Raw, back at WrestleMania, back at this pay-per-view every week. CM Punk's going to be back. Going to be back. And today at Southside, every time I've seen him, I've just gone, "Oh, CM Punk's there! Look, oh, he's over there! He's there! Oh, look, he's there!" And he's looking at me with his evil eyes, and I went, "Your fault? It's your fault." So, but he had a real good time about it. But what? But yeah, I think tonight's going to be either going to be the best pay-per-view in the world, or there's going to be nobody there because everybody's watching the ice hockey. So, are you looking forward to it, Matthew?
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm looking for some matches. I'm kind of looking forward to, but again, I'm still sort of looking at the card and thinking, as you said earlier, Dino, you know, there's guys there who, in my opinion, should be on the card, but they're not. You know, but there's some great matches there tonight, and I hope. And one thing I'm hoping for tonight is whenever Cena, hopefully, well, this is obviously going to be the end of Cena and Bray's feud. Obviously, this is the third match, probably the last match in their feud. You know, if Cena goes over tonight, I hope they don't stop the momentum that Bray Wyatt's getting, because he is really shooting for the stars at the moment, and I really don't hope that they hold him back anymore because you know yourself, in the past when someone's been feuding with Cena for a while, and if Cena comes out on top, then all of a sudden that guy's sort of not heard of again, but sort of like dropped down the card again. So that's my view on that. But tonight, yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I always enjoy events in Chicago because they're always good. So hopefully,
There's always them cities, isn't it? It's like Chicago and
yeah,
Philadelphia, New York,
hmm
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's another one.
yeah.
Not so much Los Angeles for some reason.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Dino. I've been to LA and I've been to Chicago, and Chicago by far is the far better crowd. They are a wrestling city by far. They are. I was there for 22, and they were awesome. And even just the general wrestling community in Chicago were so friendly, and they knew their stuff, and their knowledge of wrestling was just phenomenal. Even the youngsters knew their stuff. They are a great wrestling city, you know. But you always get a good event in Chicago. You always do.
Yeah.
But it's just but LA. I mean, they get quite a lot of big events now. They've been getting SummerSlam quite a lot recently. So LA is not so much. But yeah, Chi-Town's one of those, as you say, one of those towns that sort of stands out of all of the favorite, and also like places like New York as well. So, but how do you think tonight's going to go?
Um, I think it's going to be. I'm one of these. I'll just take every pay per view as it comes. I mean, I'll watch it and I'll either say, yeah, that was a decent one.
Hmm.
But if there's a couple of matches that just bores me to tears, I'm like, oh god, do I have to watch the rest of this? And
Yeah.
I hope I don't. I really don't.
Keep you entertained.
Yeah, it'll keep me entertained tonight.
Did you manage to check out the Davis match last Thursday night?
No, I've heard about this.
Oh,
Talia versus.
what a match!
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Oh,
Because I've unofficially got the network, I'm going to watch on that one as well. So.
yeah. Make sure you check it out. It is a great match. Honestly, from start to finish, a super match. Hats off to the girls. They really did go out there and leave it in the ring. It was a superb match, and of course, Rick and Brett was there too, and just added to the mix. And it was a great match, great show. I must say for NXT. But again, tonight I'm hoping to let WWE deliver again because I thought Extreme Rules was quite a good pay per view. Well, when I say good, some of the matches were fantastic, but I'm hoping because they've got this trend going now where they're popping out good pay per views now and they're doing reasonably good, better storylines than what they were doing recently. So long may it continue.
Yeah, definitely.
Fingers crossed because they need to do something to make it more entertaining. You know, so long may it continue, and hopefully tonight they'll deliver.
Yeah. Looking at the NXT setup of things, do you believe that WWE's got it right? Because everybody slated them at the beginning of NXT and saying, "Oh, what's the point?" And now everything's coming to fruition with you're seeing all these great wrestlers now, and the females are stepping up. And it's like, hey, hold on a minute, you're actually making great wrestlers. You've got all these guys that's coming through. I mean, Adam Rose. You've got the Wyatt family. That's got to be the success story. You got Paige that came through. You've got Adrian Neville, and you've got all these guys that everybody seems to know now. Sami Zayn, and there's all these great things, and you've got to give full credit to Triple H on this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he did it, but managed to convince Vince and saying, look, this is the way we're going to do it, and we're going to make his own future, not just buy wrestlers in. We're just going to make our stars and make them the best that we can make them. And I think it's out because I think it's done Paige a world ago because everybody knows Paige before she went up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Do you think that some of the wrestlers on NXT could make it on the main roster with their gimmicks at the time? Because I mean, I love NXT, but I look at Taylor Breeze, and I like his character on NXT, but I really can't see it working on the main roster.
No, but
I
would agree. I would agree with you on that one. I would agree with you on that one. I don't think that character would work up there. It is a good gimmick in NXT, but I don't think it would last in the main roster. Maybe you would do like a change, maybe, but I don't think it would last. I would agree with you on that one.
I love the fact that you've seen all these guys with the gimmicks. The gimmick that shouldn't have worked, but it did, in my eyes, was the Wyatt family. Because I looked at it on NXT and I went, what are they doing with this? It's not going to go. Then they started the promos and everything on Raw, and they were saying they're coming. And you saw these little 30-second promos and about what the Wyatt family is, and they just tying it in, and all of a sudden they made the debut. The music seemed to put it right, and everything else was just seemed to click into place. And it worked when it shouldn't. Same as Bad News Barrett. When that started, everyone was like, "Oh my god, what are they doing?" And now it's yeah. And said that it works like a charm.
Yeah. I mean, again, as you said, the setup, you got to take your hat off to Triple H. There's no question about it. I mean, what he's done down there is phenomenal. The guys who've come up to the main roster, I mean, you've got the likes of, the Wyatts, the Shield, all those guys coming up, and all the guys. I mean, there's another talent, Sami Zayn. I watched him perform a few weeks ago over here, and he was so over it. Now, a lot of people over here don't watch NXT, but when he came out, he's a star, for the future. But again, it is making stars for the future, no question about it. When it first started out NXT, you were sort of going, is it really much point what they're doing here? But now that they broke away from being in the big arenas and doing their own thing and doing their own wee shows, and they're progressing every week, it's good to see. But again, there's some of the gimmicks that they're doing down there may not cut it up in the main roster, but again, hats off to Triple H for what he's doing. And there's no question about it. What he's doing down there is a great job. And if anyone wants to argue with that, then so be it. But I think he's done a great job.
Yeah.
So I do.
It's just I at the end of the day, NXT and everything, an amazing piece of work. So fair play to everybody and congratulations to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of them things, I suppose. He's going to get Sami Callihan on the main roster one day. The same as everybody else waiting for Paige, I suppose. Everybody waiting for Paige, and she came on. But
and she's done a super job, by the way. She has really done a super job. Paige has done a fantastic job since she came along. So she has. So doing the country proud.
Well, I'm just going to say thank you very much for joining us, Matthew, because I know I'm going to cut short, and I know you're going to have to you're going to sit down and enjoy Payback and everything. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure, and if we can ever get you back on, mate, the door is always open for the Outside the Ropes guys.
Not a problem at all. Anytime at all, guys. Just give us a heads up.
Plug away where they can find Outside the Ropes. Plug away.
Okay, no problem. We'll do. Okay, well, whoever's listening, if they're still awake, we're on the air every Wednesday. We do local radio here in Ireland. We also do online on iTunes and the usual sources on our Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. Every Wednesday night, around about 10 p.m. If you're listening outside the UK, obviously 10 p.m. UK time. We've got our Twitter account at Outside the Rope, and we're on Facebook. Just search Outside the Ropes. We're there every Wednesday, guys, and look forward to hearing from you all and get your views across to us, because we're more than welcome and ears open to listen to you every week. So fingers crossed we hear from you, more your fans over there, Deano, and we get to entertain them like you do every Friday night. So
we try our best. And it's nice to hear. Your guys' voices, and it's a pleasure to hear you guys doing your little thing, and you're doing a cracking job. I love it to bits.
Not a problem, Deano. You're a star, mate. Thank you very much for having us on, and we'll certainly give you our plug. We'll give you a plug every week, as we always do, every single week.
Thanks very much, man. You take care. Bye.
Well, pal. Take care. Good night.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, mate. There you go. And Matthew is gone. Oh, good. Here we go. And hello, Pixie.
Hi.
I know I called her Pixie. I didn't say anything. Yeah, I called her Pixie. He's picking me up now. So come on then. Let me guess. You've just got back from Insane Championship Wrestling, right?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, well, do you want the results? I've got the results.
I've got the results.
Go on, and I'll let you do it.
Okay. Right, do you want showcase results from yesterday as well, or do you just want ICW ones?
Yeah, do the whole lot because you went to your thing yesterday, didn't you? So yeah.
Went to showcase and got welcome to the team. I'm actually part of the team for showcase now. So happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent yesterday basically doing like running and putting up rings and stuff, and the muscles in my arms are fucked. But yeah, basically, you guys won't even know who half these people are. But it was pretty awesome. Danny Boy defeated Liam Thompson in what was a fucking amazing match. The kids were going mental at one point, and then all of a sudden the crowd just died. But that changed because I started scalping a piece of wood. Viper defeated Sarah and became the first British Women's Champion. Nathan Black defeated Liam Watson, and then he got attacked by Big Demo. Demo defeated Solar. Rory Steele defeated El Technico in a loser leaves showcase wrestling match. James Scott defeated Mike Musso, and it then became apparent that Mike Musso has joined forces with Demo and Nathan Black, who attacked everybody and stuff. And yeah, it was awesome. And my best friend made his debut as Viper Stalker, and I did his hair, and he looked fucking amazing. I spent almost an hour straightening his hair, and then backcombed fuck out of it, and he looked like Hagrid. It was great.
He put in the hours. He put in the hours before he went.
He really did, yeah. So yeah, but the exciting one is ICW were in Newcastle today, and finally BT Gunn and Wolfgang locked horns, and BT Gunn beat him, which I'm pretty happy with that. Although I like both guys, so no, don't really want any of them to not winning. Liam Thompson and Carmel defeated Stevie Boy and Kaylee Ray. Joe Coffey defeated Big Demo. How? But okay. And Joe Hendry was the special guest referee for that, which apparently he counted really fast, which I don't know if he did or not. Obviously I wasn't there, but I imagine he did. Chris Renfrew and Jimmy Havoc's Geordie Rules match ended in a time limit draw, which sucks, to be honest. And
if anybody didn't know, apparently the Geordie Rules was, Michael was telling me, it was 3 5-minute rounds.
And after each round, they have to down a Jack Daniels and Coke.
Fuck's sake. And a shot of Zambuca, I heard.
Yeah, and a shot of Zambuca, yeah. No, that's the Scottish World of Sport. I don't know.
Oh, right, fair enough. Okay.
But after the match, Jimmy Havoc asked for one more round, but BT Gunn attacked him, and then Stevie Boy and Kaylee Ray came out and evened up the odds. Dallas said that they're coming back to Newcastle, or going back to Newcastle. Yep. Darkside defeated Noam Dar by submission. So we bugger him. Grado and Johnny Moss defeated Mark Coffey and Jackie Polo. And then Mossy turned on Grado.
Ooh.
What a dick! What a dick! And then ICW Heavyweight Championship match, Jester defeated Fergal Devitt, and then Devitt gave a very, very emotional speech to the crowd, and the whole locker room, including the commentators and Dallas, were in tears. And that's him away now, and he joins NXT in August.
He's joining NXT?
He's going to NXT in August. He's had his medical and all that, and he'll be on telly in August.
Fuck's sake. He don't need
it's
NXT.
So exciting.
He don't need NXT.
They're putting him through NXT, but the rumour is that he'll be on the main roster by November.
Fucking better be.
Yeah.
You never know. Might be called something stupid like Mickey O'Callaghan or something like that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's gonna probably get fucking booked as Sheamus's brother or something.
Yeah.
They book him as Sheamus's brother, I will fly to America and kick Vince McMahon in the teeth.
Yeah, I bet you.
That's exactly the mood I'm in today.
Yeah, we've also got an announcement to make. We did it on the website. We did it on the page yesterday.
Yeah.
British Wrestling Radio, we've got 2 new members of staff.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Brendan Toll, better known as Brendy. He decided that he wasn't going to do Wrestling Radio Ireland, and I thought this guy's talents are better served in other places.
His
So,
wrestling knowledge alone.
yeah. So he's now going to start writing and do some articles and everything for us at British Wrestling Radio. So Brandy is now one of the site admins. The other site admin that's been announced was very simply it was talked to, and I went, you know what, fuck it. So with great pleasure, an announcement that Pixie has now decided to join the team. So
Yay!
all the news from north of the border and all the things. And our very own marking out person every time she comes on.
I do not mark out. We had this discussion in London.
All right.
I have never marked out in my life. Okay, that's a fucking lie. I can't even.
Yeah,
I can't
right, that's
a
a
straight
lie.
face. Yeah, that's a lie. But guess what? I'm going to House of Pain. I'm going to Hope in June.
Yeah, you're going to House of Pain Evolution. Nice.
So excited.
Yay. Seems House of Pain is the place to be. Yeah.
And
One
just
time
to
I'll
bring
get.
good.
At some point I'll get there.
Yeah, you should come down. Just like, I don't know. Make someone come pick you up or something.
Have you heard this? The name for Davey Richards when he was in the WWE was Derek Billington.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck are they going to call Devitt? They've got to keep his name, surely.
No, they won't, because they'll change Devitt because they want to trademark his name. And that's what they'll do.
True. But see, the thing is, people were saying that they were going to basically, possibly take away the Fergo and take away, obviously the Prince part and just call him Devitt.
Oh, yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But no, anyway, thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, and we'll just see you later. You still got your Southside hat?
I have.
You missed it. They've got a pink jacket now. You know them jackets at 30 quid?
Yeah.
Pink with
Don't
white
do
sleeves.
this to me. My bank manager already hates me, do you know?
Yeah, pink with white sleeves.
Okay, right. Ah, you bastard. I nearly fell.
Same pink as your hat.
That,
Yeah.
I'm not even listening anymore. That's not fair. Yeah. That's not fair.
I'm gonna buy a pink. I'm buying a pink jacket because I'm gonna be different.
Awesome.
Anyway, take care of yourselves anyway.
You too. All right, speak to you soon, guys. Bye.
And that was Pixie. Now there's just me and Michael talking now for the next so-called bits until we decide that WWE is more important than us. Dermot Devitt. Right. Now, today at Southside was great because, like we said, there was Chris Hero, there was Juventud Guerrera, there was, what else was in there? Oh, Hoo-Ha Nation, and somebody called Gregory Helms. But I don't know who he is. Really, I don't know it. And was talking about it, and I came up. Now I've got this thing that I'm going to do at the anniversary show in October. I'm announcing it now because the people involved. I just want people to know this thing with John Cena. Right, this thing with John Cena that started about a month ago now. Hoo-Ha Nation. Fuck off. Yeah, somebody's got to take... Ross, you're fired. Get a new home for your fucking takeover show. Anyway, Sunday is the anniversary show for Southside. And also, the day before, Future Pro Wrestling down there as well. So there is talk of... There's only 30 miles between the two venues. So I am thinking of doing a weekend of going to Future Pro and then on the Saturday... on the Sunday going up to watch Southside, which I think will be a great night. So, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, excuse me. The Southside event is... Last year, I said I was going to go dressed in a suit and have on the back of my suit, I'm a Rob Maltman guy. And that was where the T-shirt slogan was born. So this year, through the inspiration of other people, I'm going to go as in a fancy dress, but I am going to go as the Doctor of Thugonomics. That's all I'm going to say. Is I have got the old school American football jersey. I'm going to get the jean shorts. I am going to get the baseball cap and everything. I'm going to get the chain with the padlock round it. And I'm going to sweatbands, the whole 100 yards. And I am going to the south. I'm going to go to the Southside Anniversary Show in October as the Doctor of Thugonomics. And, we've got to say this today. This was fucking hilarious. Ollie Harper, who does the Gorilla Report, this was fucking hilarious. Martin Kirby comes out and he's doing the Ego Dragon bit and everything. And he's going round and he's going, rah! And he's making people jump out of the skins. Rah! He just goes up to Ollie, who's a million miles away, and goes, rah! And puts his head close. Ollie jumped out of his fucking skin and went, ah, 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 ah. And all of us just pissed ourselves laughing and going, Ollie, boo. And he's like, I didn't see him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, 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 oh. It was hilarious to see him just jump out his skin. If that is on the DVD, I swear it's worth the DVD alone. Can I have the new TV? No, you can't. You can't have a TV. But it was genius to see it happen. And it was a great thing. I think Southside today, everybody involved with Southside Wrestling has got to stand up and be nice to say thank you. Everybody from Ben and Sarah and Harry, all the way to Dale Mills, Rob Maltman, Adam Curtis, to the wrestlers. The first match we had on today was Styx versus Will Ospreay, which was a cracking match backwards and forwards. Styx won it, and as he was getting out of the ring, he decided to go back in and attack Will Ospreay with his chain. And as he was choking Will Ospreay for his life, Robbie X came in and made the save. So that's being set up now for the next few ones. So we're going to have Styx versus Robbie X at some point in the future. No, Will Ospreay's not having a good couple of weeks, apparently. So. Then after we had that, we had the second match, which was Chris Travis with his manager Adam Curtis versus Hoo Ha Nation. Hoo Ha. Say hoo ha, hoo ha, hoo. And it's my first time I've seen this gentleman, and I was very, very impressed. The funniest thing happened. As he came out and did his entrance, he spat water out. He soaked this little girl that was stood. She was sat on the stairway of the entrance, and he came out and went poof, and just spat water everywhere. And she's going, ah, I'm wet. And he just went up to her and went, oh, I'm really sorry, like that. And this poor girl, she just got soaked to the skin with all this water. But Chris Travis and Mr. Nation. There you go, I've got around it now. Mr. Nation, there you go, I've got around it. And I thought it was a banger. Nice little thing. Go on.
The guy in the crowd went Chris Travis. It took him hours to look that good. And then Who Are Nation went, it took years to look this good.
You see, it's great. It was superb. God, was it hot in that place. It was roasting. I'm not joking. If you ever, I mean, the Private Centre at St. Neots, it's the first time since they've been back since end of February, beginning of March, so it's like 3 months ago. Actually, it's really 3 months since Lance was here. Crazy. It was a cracking place again. I didn't win the raffle, but in my heart, I did. Because I went toe-to-toe with the superhero. Again. And I've got a picture, and I've got a signed picture, and it's to Dean, and it says Hurricane, and got that, and I've got a picture that's coming tomorrow on Facebook. So tomorrow you will see me with toe-to-toe with the superhero. So I know I've been going on about it for weeks and weeks, and Nixie's been saying, oh my God, look at the state of him, he's marking out and everything. Fuck him. I don't give a shit. I love the Hurricane. His match with Martin Kirby was great stuff.
Did you know what the best photo of the day
Go on. Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to see what me and Michael look like at this moment, we are both wearing I am a Rob Maltman guy t-shirts. We were the only two that got it, and we sat next to each other. And this kid in the audience, Dale Mills came out. Dale Mills is the announcing, and he's announcing, and all of a sudden it said, today, just for one night only, Rob Maltman is going to announce it. This guy that's got the Dale Mills picture and everything's going boo like that. Rob just looks at us two and he goes, hey, excuse me, I got t-shirts here. Yeah. And I just looked at this guy and went, shut the fuck up. And he never said a word rest of the time. It was great. Lance, if you remember that guy that was just chanting all the way through when you was there 3 months ago, everything, and he made some really stupid comments and really got on people's wigs. He sat behind me, and he was there today, and he was sat behind me, and he was making worse comments. Joseph Connors told him to fuck off. Yeah, if you can read, yeah. Went up to him and went, hey, can you read my lips? Fuck off. Travis gave him the finger. A couple of the wrestlers gave him the finger. Yeah, this guy's got to learn to keep his gob shut. And I think the Money in the Bank match was a cracking match. We had Shea Samuels and T-Bone deciding to become up a new tag team called the Essex Boys. And you had RJ Singh and Daryl Allen also doing singles. You had the Bangry Knights. You had the two guys from the Bangry Knights. You had the two guys from the Predators going at it with each other. And then you had T-Bone and Shea Samuels. Great match. Shea Samuels is a great worker. Him and T-Bone have got a natural chemistry with each other. If he was there today, you would have seen it. Everybody in that thing could see this is anything. But it was one of these things that you just saw it happening. Like, these two have got these. T-Bone was laughing at the things that Shea Samuel was doing, and he could see him smiling and laughing. And T-Bone is supposed to be a heel at this. So at the end of the day, it was a cracking Money in the Bank. Joseph Connors won, and I went, yeah, that's first part of my prediction. Won. There you go. Joseph Connor wins. And then we had, what was next? Oh, we had the raffle. Didn't win the raffle. Oh, yeah. We had a triple threat match before the break of Robbie X, Juventud Guerrera, and El Ligero. And, yeah, I'll give it a good one. Juventud Guerrera had his own Mexican announcer, which no one can understand the word. So we had a proper Mexican with the whitest Mexican you've ever seen. And it's hard to believe that these two were the same countrymen, because one was totally white, and the other one was Mexican, was Juventud Guerrera. It was amazing. And yeah, the real Mexican one, yeah. And I'm like, hold on, that's a Yorkshire accent you're talking in, pal. Whoa. Stay in character at least. Not one of Rebat was heard from fucking El Ligero today. But it was a good three-way. It was a nice three-way match and thing. And then we had, towards the end, the match of the night. Easily the match of the night was Dave Mastiff versus Chris Hero. If anyone in this world, if you see this DVD, I swear, fast forward it to Dave Mastiff versus Chris Hero. They had people on the edge of their seats. They had them going mental. It was one of these matches that Dave Mastiff, if nobody's seen Dave Mastiff, and I know some people know I've seen Dave Mastiff because I love the big guys. Dave Mastiff moves better than Samoa Joe for a big guy. And he was in there with Chris Hero, and the moves they was pulling off, and backwards and forwards, and the crowd was on the edge of the seats at times and everything. Amazing match. Fair play to Dave, fair play to Chris. Cracking match. And it set it up nicely for what they have said was the main event. Mark Haskins versus Tommy End. which everybody thought Dave Mastiff and Chris Hero was good. Then everybody went ballistic at Haskins and Tommy End, which ended with a bullshit fucking call from the referee in my eyes, and got Haskins disqualified, but he keeps the belt, and Tommy End keeps his on. Tommy End stole the belt, and Haskins kicked the ref out of the ring. Yeah, poor ref got fucked up. Instead of defending the wrestling, defend the refs. Yeah. It's Winters is just saying it like your face when Mastiff was the replacement for a hurt guy was priceless. I love Mastiff. I like a lot of guys in wrestling. But once again, thanks to everybody down at St. Nate's, the Southside crew, and everybody concerned with everybody worked at Southside Wrestling. You'd put on an amazing show as usual. They're back in August at St. Nate's. They're going to be there with Chris Sabin, Tatanka. Can't hear anything from Webby. Hold on, we'll put them out going from between us till then. And we'll put that. Any tips to stem bleeding? Put the limb above your head, so it's like it's got to flow down. It won't put the limb above. So it's like so the blood can't flow up. It's got to flow down and it'll stop. And pressure, yeah. But we're gonna cut it short tonight, guys, because literally I want everybody to enjoy Payback and everybody get going with the things. Yeah, and everybody wants to eat his kebab, so we're gonna cut it short tonight. But thanks very much for listening tonight. We are back at 10 p.m. on Friday with one Nixie Newman. She's back from China, I hope. And thanks to the past couple of weeks, to Joe, to Matthew, and to this gentleman next to me, Michael. If we're going to hear Michael again, it'll be on Wednesdays with the takeover broadcasting thing. And lay down and put your leg up. Simple thing that. And we'll get that. But thanks to everybody for tonight. No songs or anything. We're going to say bye-bye and enjoy Payback, and we'll talk all the thing about it on Friday. Okay. Oh, and by the way, if anybody wants to listen to Vince Russo, he's going to be on WZR Radio and either this week or next week. Listen to it. It's a free-for-all, and so everybody be having a great time. Okay. Thanks very much, guys, everything, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.